Oh man, should have known that was coming. Dololo's a term that originates from South Africa, which means nothing. And it's often used in the context of Dololo jobs, Dololo opportunities, Dololo money. And we're using the term in the sense of turning nothing into something. So a lot of entrepreneurs always think that they need XYZ for them to build their businesses. But actually, if you focus on the first two letters, D-O, do something, there's a lot that you can do right now.
So I guess what brought us as a team together is that we did believe we were willing to take that first step and take that risk as a team. And all of us having common a growth mindset and a willingness to learn and understand how we can solve problems that we're facing in Namibia better.
Generally speaking, I have an issue with the brain drain, and I think there's so much that can be done here. And when this project came to the fore, it was almost like it was answering a question that I'd been asking. The problem is that there is a disconnect where on the one hand you have companies, organizations, institutions that want constant growth, revenue and profit, and on the other hand you have entrepreneurs like us, millennials, Generation Z, customers, employees, and we want to make an impact. We want to have purpose, and we want to be heard. And globally, if you look at some of the statistics, 62% of millennials feel that organizations are not, they have little ambition beyond making money. And I think 42% of millennials are considering to leave their organizations within the next 2 years.
We spent the better part of about 10 months really understanding how to solve the problem of the disconnect. You find it in the education sector, you find it in the entrepreneurship sector, you find it in the finance sector.
It was time to actually do something and not just talk about it.
Tonight we're not launching a ready project, we're sharing an opportunity to collaborate and to work together to create something extraordinary.
Connect young talent in game-changing spaces. That means that we enable businesses, companies, organizations, institutions to connect with the next and future generation.
It's a community that empowers the future generation of Namibians. It's a space where we come together and where, as a collective, I guess we're brave enough and supportive of one another to take the risks that are needed to solve some of our biggest problems. With every time we see another entrepreneur solving a problem in their community, developing an exciting product, app, whatever it may be, that needs to be shown, that needs to be shared, and we need to start supporting each other. So the more people you bring together that are willing to change this bottom up, the more real it becomes.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellen Sonde. I'm co-founder of Entrepreneur.
You're part of a platform that's disruptive.
Our unique value proposition is to make it fun, interactive.
All we are asking for is for you guys to roll it out to your communities. Go to the school kids that are introverts, give them the evidence.
Anything is possible, and we cannot all do it by ourselves, but we can definitely do it together.
I wish everybody knew what amazing people live here and what amazing opportunities this country has.
It's a lot of fun It's amazing events. It's a lot of hard work.
So that's why Dololo has come up with our solution of a 240 square meter incubator and co-working space, where you're now having millennials in the same environment as companies and organizations.
The first of its kind in Namibia, in the heart of Windhoek City.
30 entrepreneurs that are working on a daily basis alongside corporations and companies that have a mindset of we can instead of we need, and that are willing to create value for themselves, for the companies, for other companies, for the country.
While you're teaching them to develop their businesses, companies actually get to adopt the entrepreneurial mindset as well. So they can use and tap into that talent and use some of the tools within their teams and organizations to improve or to solve problems within their companies. And
That is Dololo.
Boom!